Hey, welcome back. This is Sound Signals. I'm your host, Summer, where we help people take back their interests and become their own bank. The key to all of this is to pass the knowledge along. Okay, so first up, gold. Gold honestly has been in the same range. It has done absolutely nothing all week. Clearly, you can see nothing has happened all week. We have one more day tomorrow, Friday. And normally Fridays, it's pretty volatile on Fridays and price swing movements um, to the upside, to the downside, who knows? But like I said, there was two scenarios that I wanted to see for gold anyways. So let's just review those really quick. The first one was I wanted to see price honestly get rejected here. Okay, so price fell down. And I said, what I wanted to see for the first scenario was price get rejected here and trying to complete this double bottom here, okay? And so if it does get rejected, we want to see some type of reversal, but we wanted to see it come down and then some type of reversal pattern here. And then that would be our entry, okay? And then climb its way out. Climb its way out of here and off to the races. That's for gold. You can see now, I think on the 4 hour, you see how you can see a little bit getting rejected. It might push through. We don't know. We'll see. But so the second scenario that might happen is that this bullish hammer is super strong, right? So it's super strong. And then tomorrow, like I said, it's volatile. So we'll see. And we might have so much momentum, it might just break that and then finally break out and climb its way out of there, okay? That's what we might see. So I said two scenarios. I'll even give you a possible third one. And that third one will be just, it would be just consolidation, just moving sideways, just doing absolutely nothing until it makes a decision to break down or break up. But for now, gold is doing absolutely nothing. Bitcoin. All right, for Bitcoin, wow, look at this. So last time we on the charts, we had our fib right here. So I marked it where that purple there is. We had it here. Let me get rid of that now. And we wanted price to come in this area here, like 38.61. It didn't. Like I said, it barely missed our mark for the uptrend to continue, but it was just short of its target, So it was just short of our entry here for 38.2 and just short of our take profit. So we didn't get in this trade, and that was I guess you say a good thing, but because now price, so we move our fibs up, and now the new zone we want to get into is here. There's 38, between 38 where this green box is. Okay, we know the deal. We talk about it in every video. This is the zone, and so now, which I think might happen. Okay, we knew price was going to come to this area anyways, right? Remember, we said we had to be cautious. So let me show you why we had to be cautious, because we knew Bitcoin was in this downtrend, right? Bitcoin was in this downtrend. And like we said, normally what happens with a break of structure, what normally happens is price, okay, breaks structure and comes and, says, I miss you, back to this area here, and makes a retest or back test, whatever you want to call it. And it didn't happen. See, price just continued to fall. Sorry. It just fell. Okay. So price just fell crazy. And it continued to fall here. And so that's why we already knew our target was here, right? So let me even show you. Let me get rid of this so you guys get this fib here. So you guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay. So we already knew it was trying to come back to this area, right? And that's what it did. It came, now we finally came back. Took a minute, took about, I think I want to say 3 months, and bam, finally came to the area that we like, right? And so now what's going to happen is Bitcoin has to make a decision either to get rejected here and go down to 21,000. Okay. Or since I am bullish, or Bitcoin, let me bring out the other fib. Let's delete this now. So now that you see that scenario, or Bitcoin can hold support here, fall and then hold support and then climb its way out. But just because it climbed its way out does not mean we're still in a bull run. And I'm going to tell you why. Because look, price can, Bitcoin's price can still come up all the way up here and then fall. Because guess what that is? Okay. That right there is a double top. Okay. So just because it's climbing its way out doesn't mean, we can go all the way to 60K almost, and price still get rejected and fall. And now we're in a bear market. So we're just being cautious, but for the short term here, since my bias is bullish, and what I see is I still need price to fall because it's been way too overextended. It finally completed this bull flag here. Okay, now we need it to almost come and retest this area, okay, of the bull flag. And that's what it's doing right now. And I think it might happen only because possibly here, the purple might be a head and shoulders pattern, okay? And if that's a head and shoulders pattern, possibly, and we to measure its profit target or TP will be from the head here to the bottom of the neckline or base, okay? And then we just put that at the base there. And look, it's in that area of our buying zone. So yes, you can possibly trade this. And also, let me say before I say that, it's also, you can see that it's getting rejected. It's under that 200. It's a little above, but mostly under. Okay, and we also have this 21 MA. It's coming up. It might make a golden cross. Who knows? But for now, I still would like to see Bitcoin in this area fall down and then rise up to it. So that's the game plan for Bitcoin. Okay, you can possibly short this, yes, but who wants to short Bitcoin? Anyways, next is Ethereum. Okay, Ethereum looks great too. Ethereum's finally had this long, very awaited pullback that we needed. I believe it's still going to continue, especially if Bitcoin does, if it does complete this head and shoulders pattern, then it will, Ethereum will kind of follow. Even though Ethereum is doing its own thing, it will kind of follow. They mirror each other, okay, somewhat. Okay, so we want, last time on our charts, we see it was right here where this purple line was. It honestly, it couldn't make that last leg up. Bitcoin almost did, but not Ethereum. You can see here Ethereum struggled, which I gotta figured because, like I said, it's been way too overextended. So now that we moved our field up, we delete this here. So now you see that was our previous buying zone. Now this is our new buying zone here. Here it is right here. Okay. It's coming back to really just test this the double bottom here, W pattern. And that's it. Oh, and also why I'm still bullish. So why I'm still thinking, Bitcoin why this would be a prime entry for long-term and short-term is because Ethereum is the only one that has held up support and structure. This has not broken structure at all. It has continued to rise and look great. Why? Because look, this was right here, this was the last low. Okay, this W or double bottom pattern. It broke out, okay? And guess what? It came back and tested this area and held support. So it's honestly super bullish. It has not, like I said, it has not broken support. So it's very strong uptrend. Okay, so this is the plan for Ethereum. Just waiting for this prime area zone to get in, and then we're gonna ride it up to top basically. And as well, you can get in for short term. And if you are long-term investing for Bitcoin and Ethereum, then I suggest, yes, this was a very prime area to get in, that entry there. Okay, Ethereum versus Bitcoin. Okay, so show you here that so we actually had, I'll show you the 4 hour, it's just cleaner. On the 4 hour, so we had a fake out here, another fake out there. So 2 fake outs. And so I finally hit my stop loss here. Finally. Luckily I only had 1 in. But I told you I didn't like this. I did not, the last time we spoke, it seemed like it broke out, right? But I said this right here is an engulf. And I don't like those because I know that's mostly for me, it's a confirmation. So it's not, I wouldn't say it's a reversal pattern, but I just say it's a confirmation for me that I use. And that's how I, kind of knew that it wasn't going well. Okay. So yes, it was doing well most of the time for my trade. But I closed out most of or all of them except for 1. And then yeah, I hit my stop loss and that was it. And now, and I should have known too, because our bias here for Ethereum was to the downside. Our bias here was to the downside. So we should have known that this triangle pattern was going to break to the downside. But I had to stick to my bias because of the overall trend, which is here, out of this falling wedge or triangle pattern, it broke out, finally made a new higher high here. And then what triangle patterns, it's a continuation pattern. So it's a continuation of what, right? The trend. So if the trend is bullish, then I had to continue. For me, my bias had to be with the trend, okay, for that triangle. But as you can see, just because it's a triangle pattern does not mean, or it's a continuation, you think the safest way to play this this trade here, or to trade this trade, look, is honestly what it did now. Okay, you didn't have to get in at all, right? And that's just me. But I normally don't get in like that. But I only got in because remember we had thought this was the original breakout. Okay. But it continued. Besides the point, this is how you would trade a triangle pattern, right? You will wait for some a very secure breakout. Okay. Then you will get in on the retest here. So this is the area that you want to get in right here. And then you get into the downside, okay? And that's how you would trade a triangle pattern. Whether it's to the upside, it's the same thing, okay? If this broke out, which I was waiting for, that's why I didn't get any more entries, because I was really waiting for a true breakout. And then you know, come back down, retest this area, and then continue. It never happened, so I never got in again. I was just in that one trade and I had to wait and hit my stop loss. So now that it did this, great. Okay. So now this is actually a good thing because look, this is our original zone that we wanted to buy in. We go anyway, it's right here, right? Remember when let's move this fib so you guys can see. This was our original zone that we wanted to buy in. And guess what? It's heading there, okay? This is the zone that we want to buy in anyways. So, because that's how it works. When it breaks out, it likes to retest. And this is our retest zone. This is our area zone for this trade here, okay? And then from there, we're going long, super long. This is a swing trade. For now, when you can see, like here, let me show you the candles. You see how it broke structure here. So it broke down, pull out our fibs. Okay. Get rid of this so you guys can see. And what area do we like for our reversal zone, right? It's right here. So our reversal zone for this little structure, this breakout here for this triangle, right? And did it get there? Yes. Look at that. Okay. And that's all it is. We got there, retest, now it's heading there again. Awesome. Okay, so there it is. So now that we're in our zone that we want to buy, now we're just waiting. Our original zone. And now we're just waiting. So those are all the plans. You see the zones. Nothing going on with the gold right now. But you know the scenarios. Bitcoin, you see the area. I just showed you just to be aware of what possibly might happen. I don't think it might happen, but you just have an idea, okay? Like I said, just want to evaluate your risk. And same here. Ethereum looks good. Ethereum versus Bitcoin. Once this hits our zone, it's already in it, you know. But we need some type of reversal pattern here, or some type of confirmation, I should say. Okay, or we could just honestly wait for this piece here, this trend here, to complete, and then once it completes, then we'll start to look for some confirmations for sure. All right. So there it is. So hey, if you are new to the channel, definitely give this video a thumbs up and subscribe and hit that notification bell to get notified. If you are a subscriber to this channel, always big shout out to you, and we appreciate your support. Here at Sound Signals, the key is to pass the knowledge along. And that's it for me, and I'll see you next time.